Fox News is under fire for multiple scandals and lawsuits. We'll take a look at how many businesses pulled ads from airing on the channel.
UNLV has also gone to great lengths to make sure seniors have the opportunity to have an education. We have all this and more. You're watching Studio G.
Good afternoon, Rebels, and welcome to our Thursday episode of Studio G. I'm Annabelle Rocha.
And I'm Denise Hernandez. Fox News is facing major pressure after multiple advertisers pulled out of the O'Reilly factor. This is following a New York Times article that revealed the network reached multiple settlements with women who complained about his inappropriate behavior. Mercedes-Benz, Hyundai, BMW, Mitsubishi, and Lexus. These are some of 20 sponsors that withdrew their ads from Fox's popular The O'Reilly Factor after a New York Times article revealed that O'Reilly was involved in 5 settlements with women who said he harassed them.
So when dinner was finished, he simply said, "Let's get out of here." I assumed he meant that we should move to the bar and said, "No, come back to my suite." And I simply said, "I'm sorry, I can't do that." And he immediately got defensive and said, "What do you mean? You think I'm going to attack you or something?"
About $13 million has been paid out over the years to address complaints about Mr. O'Reilly's behavior. He is one of the network's top assets, and Fox stands by O'Reilly's side repeatedly. These settlements come after the network's former chairman, Roger Ailes, was dismissed last summer in the wake of another sexual harassment scandal. The National Organization of Women said an independent investigation should be conducted into the culture of Fox News.
How many women have to come forward? How many millions of dollars have to get paid before Fox News takes sexual harassment seriously? In my opinion, this network is the Bill Cosby of corporate America.
When asked about the allegations against O'Reilly, President Trump spoke out in support of him, saying he is, quote, "a good person," end quote.
UNLV is known for offering a variety of programs for those in the Las Vegas community. One of them is providing local seniors with the learning opportunity of a lifetime. The Osher Lifelong Learning Institute, or OLLI, at UNLV is a peer-led learning community of retired and semi-retired adults. Based at UNLV's Paradise campus, OLLI is a nationwide organization that supports seniors pursuing education in a university setting.
So right now, how many classes are being offered at OLLI?
You know, we've grown every year, and now we're offering over 80 classes, and we have over 80 instructors, all volunteers, and some on loan for individual classes from the university.
And then how's the parking situation over there?
Well, we're trying to spread the classes out because now OLLI has over 1,500 members, and the big classes we're trying to spread across the week so that the crowding won't be too much for us in the parking lot. But we have a full load of participants now.
The classes that OLLI offers are non-credit courses, but cover a variety of subjects. Courses include the science of healing, the making of classic films, and even Star Trek 101. In the last 5 years, the program has grown by almost 500 students, causing space to become an issue. To accommodate the number of students, satellite campuses have opened across the valley in retirement communities. Although a non-traditional program at UNLV, OLLI students still have some of the same benefits as undergraduate and graduate students.
For a few bucks, and once we have a Rebel card, we have reduced fees for campus activities, sporting events, cultural activities, and most of the local businesses around the university will give discounts with a Rebel card too.
Ollie is hoping to expand the program even more with the addition of more satellite campuses. UNLV's Ollie is the only one in the country that is working to increase diversity by reaching out to isolated communities.
A fraternity on campus hosted their annual benefit show in the Student Union last Tuesday night. Giselle De Los Reyes has the story.
UNLV is all about giving back, and tonight's benefit show, hosted by one of the fraternities here on campus, is doing just that. Alpha Psi Rho is a fraternity on campus that is hosting a benefit that features various acts. From singing, dancing, to even a dragon performance, this event has it all.
This is our third time we're putting it on. It's the Big Brothers Big Sisters variety benefit show. It's like all the proceeds go to them. We get clothing drive, all the money donations like for the tickets go to them. We have a bunch of good acts. Usually it's like not that great of a variety. Like we usually have like a lot of singers and a lot of dancers, like, and that's mostly it. But I thought this year we definitely did get a lot more.
The event's proceeds all go towards the Big Brothers and Big Sisters Foundation, a foundation they have been working with for years.
A bunch of our bros were mentors / big brothers to a bunch of the kids there. And pretty much they would just go there for like an hour every Friday, whenever they could, and just play, like talk to them, be a big brother to them. The relationship continues because we just built a really strong relationship with them. And yeah, it's like just pretty much the same thing. Like when I have my big bro, like it's just giving back to the younger generation.
The fraternity's philanthropy chair hopes for future benefits to grow.
I'm hoping instead of the SU Theater, at some point we get into Ham Hall. Hopefully when this event gets a lot bigger. So yeah, that's a big dream, like Ham Hall.
Good entertainment, all going to a great cause. Thanks to Alpha Psi Rho. For Studio G, I'm Giselle De Los Reyes.
For more information about the fraternity and what they're up to, check out Alpha Psi Rho. When we come back, we'll take a look at what is happening across the nation.
Don't go anywhere, we'll be right back.
Center. Anyone from the Las Vegas community is welcome. We can get more people into the nutrition center, get them more educated, then they can learn what ways to prevent chronic diseases and to become healthier individuals. All classes are held in BHS building, Bigelow Health Sciences, room 212, and the times vary, but you could always check them at the UNLV calendar or UNLV Today, and all the classes, times, and descriptions are available there.
Welcome back to Studio G. Thanks for staying with us, Rebels.
Let's go to the newsroom to see what is happening across the country. What do you have for us, Taimi?
Thank you, ladies. I'm Taimi Soto, and here's what is happening in our top headlines around the nation. Senate Democrats have successfully filibustered President Trump's choice for the Supreme Court. Judge Neil M. Gorsuch was nominated choice by the president and fell short of the 60 vote requirement to win. The vote was 55 to 45. This win for the Democrats is expected to be short-lived. Republicans are working on taking advantage of the majority to alter the requirement of the number of votes needed. They are planning on lowering the requirement to 51 votes. The Republicans are working tirelessly to secure a Republican Supreme Court justice in Trump's first 100 days as president. President Trump removed Steve Bannon from his position on the National Security Council post. The former chairman of Breitbart has reportedly clashed on issues with President Trump's daughter and son-in-law on multiple occasions about setbacks Republicans have been facing, such as health care and immigration. Bannon has also spoken out on a few meetings. These factors went into the president's decision to remove Bannon. He has protested to move and has even threatened to quit altogether. Devin Nunes is stepping aside from his investigation into Russia and Trump because he himself is under investigation for disclosing classified information. News said completely disagrees with this investigation on him. He says that this move is politically motivated and done entirely to keep him out of his research of Russia. Newsett said that he will complete his other obligation and speak out with ethics committee to remove these false allegations against him. Ivanka Trump held a secret meeting with the Planned Parenthood President Cecile Richards back in January to hash out the differences in the Trump administration and the health organization. Richards says that the meeting took place so she can explain to the president's daughter what the true purpose of Planned Parenthood is. She explained to Trump that the Planned Parenthood exists as a women's health organization and that they perform plenty of other functions besides abortions. She also explained how money from the government does not go to performing abortions. The meeting proved to be unfruitful. The Trump administration hasn't changed their opinion on the organization. And Pepsi has pulled their controversial ad involving Kendall Jenner and has apologized since its release. The ad involved Jenner noticing a protest taking place. She joined the protesters speaking out against the police. She gave one of the officers a Pepsi, bringing unity between the officers and the protesters. However, Jenner approaching the police was strangely similar to a famous picture of a Black Lives Matter protest, where a female protester approached the police, despite them being heavily armed. Pepsi has been accused of trivializing and making Black Lives Matter seem like a light-hearted subject. The protesters in the ad were smiling and laughing, unlike other from famous protests like Black Lives Matter and the Dakota Access Pipeline, where protesters have been shot with rubber bullets and sprayed with tear gas. Pepsi said, quote, "We did not intend to make light of any serious issue. We are pulling the content and halting any further rollout." End of quote. That's all I have for you today. Back to you in the studio.
Thank you, Taimi. A North Carolina woman has recently received her license without taking the required road test. 19-year-old Kenyatta Redmond went to the DMV to take a driving test to earn her first license. After chatting for a while, the DMV worker told Raymond she was going to do her a favor.
She shook my hand. She was like, "How you doing today?" Doing a little basic talking. And then she just started talking about her kids, Jesus, and I was talking about my baby. So then she was just like, "I'm gonna bless you today." In my head, I'm like, what does she mean by bless?
The woman had handed Redmond a license, no tests and no questions asked, and told Redmond not to tell anyone or she could lose her job. However, Redmond did report the incident to the DMV, which is currently investigating the situation.
To me, I was like, maybe it's God sending a message, I don't know, trying to test me, see if I'm going to do the right thing, I don't know. But I think we did the right thing and put a stop to it, hopefully.
Active DMV Commissioner Eric Boyette said agency officials are using video footage to determine whether the former worker gave other people licenses without the required tests. Now let's take a look at our weather today with Kayleen.
What do you have for us today?
Thank you, ladies. I'm Kayleen Talents, and this is your weather forecast for today. So today we're looking at a solid 70, high 87, low 63, and it's looking very sunny. But let's go take a look at our weather for today. This image is from Syracuse.com in central New York. They have been expecting a lot of severe thunderstorms, expecting their way, but this weekend is looking very beautiful for them. On Saturday, they will have some sun rays slowly start to peak out, and wind speed will start to cool down. On Sunday, it's going to be beautiful. There's going to be a lot of sunshine and temperatures will start to rise. Let's go take a look at our forecast for today. Throughout the week, we are in the 80s and 70s, looking very sunny. As for Saturday, there is a chance of showers, so be prepared for that just in case. But let's go take a look into our valley. We're being consistent around the 60s and 70s. High will be 73 in Southern Highlands and Green Valley. Low will be 67 in North Las Vegas and Nellis. But here at UNLV, We're at 72, mostly sunny. Wind speed is 5 miles per hour. So there is a slight breeze when you step outside, but it's nothing compared to the high winds we were expecting last week. So I think we'll be just fine. But let's go take a look at tonight. 63 degrees and it's partly cloudy. But here and for our national forecast, this image is from weatherchannel.com. Over up in the west coast, there is a lot of rain. But as you can see, making our way over to the east coast, they have a lot of severe weather conditions from rain to thunderstorms. And in Michigan, they're having a mixture of a lot of weather conditions. And that's all for your weather segment for today. When we come back, we have an interview with a veteran who is also a videographer. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Your community's farmers market. Welcoming, lively, friendly. A place where neighbors and friends come together to celebrate their community. With over 50 vendors, organic, sustainable, fresh produce are available just for you. Support and buy local at Fresh 52.
Welcome back to Studio G. I'm James Schaefer. Las Vegas resident and Navy veteran Nelson Ramirez is carving out a niche for himself, providing advertising and marketing content for various local businesses. Our very own Lee Guilford has a story.
I'm Lee Guilford, and today I had a chance to catch up with Navy veteran Nelson Ramirez, a Las Vegas resident who runs Morning Coffee Productions, amongst numerous other endeavors.
My name is Nelson Ramirez. I am a U.S. Navy veteran. I served in the U.S. Navy for a total of 8 years.
Upon getting out of the Navy, Nelson got involved with construction and got a degree in interior design. Ultimately, with the economic downturn, like many others, he was forced to seek out a different line of work.
Once I moved to Vegas, I started working in construction as an estimator for a masonry company. Everything was good until right around 2009 when the economy tanked and all the real estate bubble popped and all the construction work went away from Vegas.
Nelson found a lot of success after taking advantage of a veterans rehabilitation program.
Eventually, I went back to school on a VA program, which gave me 12 months of free schooling, which I took advantage of, and I started learning video production and photography.
So baby, come with me.
This Navy veteran's hard work has really paid off. For Studio G, I'm Lee Guilford.
Well, that's our Jarhead Lee for you. I'm sitting here now with the creator of Morning Coffee Productions, something I missed out on this morning I want to mention. Welcome to the show, Nelson, and thank you for joining us here today.
Thank you for having me.
So first, let's start off with your career as a Navy veteran. Go ahead and just walk us through lessons you learned in the Navy and what you feel it brings to working on your own production.
Yeah, I served as a Navy veteran for 8 years. My job while in the Navy was navigation. My job was to make sure the ship got from point A to point B safely. I believe that being in the military kind of helped me become a leader more than anything. It really taught me the value of hard work, and it helped me to become more dedicated in what I do.
So working on navigation and focusing on the compasses there, you kind of worked out on your own compass, right? Kind of working on doing your own production. So go ahead and walk us through Morning Coffee, which I'm just going to say I have a card right here for you. It's Morning Coffee. Go ahead and walk us through what exactly Morning Coffee is, what you've worked on, and what you're hoping to succeed on.
I started Morning Coffee Productions in December of 2015 after battling unemployment for several years. I ended up going back to school on a VA program. I started learning video production and photography and started my business. Since starting, I've been lucky enough to work on numerous projects, including feature films, Hollywood films, short films, documentaries, music videos, reality shows, you name it. I've worked on a little bit of everything. Right now, I'm producing 2 music videos I just finished production on a reality show. Also working on a couple documentaries and several other projects, as well as photography and families and pets and sports and events and all that stuff.
So you, and I think we just got to sample some of your footage there for a couple of your things. So you've worked on, you've produced 2 music videos.
Correct.
And on top of that, been able to rub shoulders with a couple celebrities out and about, right?
Yeah, I've had the pleasure of meeting several celebrities while working on big events like the Billboard Awards, Latin Grammys, Soul Train Awards. So I've been very lucky, yeah.
Soul Train Awards, really?
Correct.
Right, well, very cool. So now let's go ahead and talk about future productions. Now, you're working on Morning Coffee Productions, and you have something else in the works that you want to talk to us about, right?
Yes, I'm also producing a web show called Cannabis and Coffee.
All right, yeah. Very high cost production, right? Yeah.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It just depends.
Yeah.
Cannabis and Coffee is a web show that was designed to bring information to people regarding the cannabis industry in Las Vegas. So my job is to bring information about people, products, and I don't know, people that have been helped by the cannabis plant. My job is really to bring out information so people can come out and really get informed.
Sure, and I know that we're now, weed will be soon legal in the state if,
yes, it is.
Depending upon what happens on the federal level. So go ahead and explain us a couple things. A couple locals might not be all that familiar with marijuana policy or marijuana law that's coming up. Can you go ahead and give us a walkthrough of what you know so far and what you think locals should know about?
Well, I don't know that much about the law, but what I do know is the plan is to try to become recreationally legal by July 1st. Mm-hmm. Whether that happens or not, it's really, I guess there's a lot of factors involved in that, but whether that happens or not, I think that the entire cannabis community is really getting ready just in case it does. And I have a really good feeling that it will.
Well, so another question I'm going to ask you then is, you said you're a CSN student, hoping to be a UNLV student, right?
Yes.
We're going to bring you on one way or the other,
I'm
I
hoping,
think.
yes.
Yeah. So then I'm going to ask you, you've been living in Las Vegas for how long now?
10 years now.
10 years. And well, what has living in Las Vegas showed you, or done to you, rather? What do you feel Las Vegas impact has been on you?
One of the biggest things that I've experienced in Las Vegas is that there is a variety of people, which brings about a lot of work. One of the reasons why I created my production company is because coming out of construction, I saw where I guess everything was going, especially with the digital, the technological advances that we now have. Everything's going digital. People don't even want to read anymore. So that's why I created a production company which specializes in creating video production.
So I'm going to go back to your webisodes, not webisodes. You were saying the web content that you're making for the Cannabis and Coffee.
Yes.
Now, I got to ask you, I'm a barista myself, so what kind of coffee are we dealing with here?
Oh, you know, any coffee in the morning is good coffee.
I agree with you. I agree with you.
You know, once you mix that with cannabis, a lot of people that would understand that's where your wake and bake comes from. But, you know, I just use that as motivation. And I just do my thing every morning.
So where did that idea come from? Where did Cannabis and Coffee stem from? What was it, an accidental creation of your own making?
Actually, it kind of was. My partner and I kind of got together, and she is heavily involved in the cannabis industry. I have a production company that's has coffee in the name. It just kind of it was made for each other.
All right. And now, is she involved in your productions much as well? Or
yeah, we go half and half on the production. She is the talent. She's in front of the camera. I'm usually behind the camera.
Gotcha. And now, so you said you worked on your 2 music videos. You produced those. You've worked on a couple documentaries. Walk us through a couple of those documentaries. What messages have you been able to send forward out there?
One of the documentaries that I'm most proud of is No Greater Odds. No Greater Odds is a documentary that was produced by CSN that talks about the benefits of using community college and how it helps locals get to universities and move forward with their lives in a positive manner. And that was a really fun and exciting project to be a part of.
Well, Nelson, I hope your productions both on and off the camera and your stuff with Cannabis and Coffee grows like weeds, right? Yeah?
So
there we go. Well, thank you for being on the show. Thank you so much for being with us today. When we come back, we will take a look at what the MLB has in store for us this season. There's more Studio G right after this.
think we're feeling like excited about the prospects. We know we're going to drop a lot of time, and hopefully break a few records, and I think that the team is ready to go.
I'm pretty excited. We've done very well as a team this year, and I think coming into Taper, I think we're going to do really well these next few weeks.
At 91.5. You're going to hear Dr. Gary Larson along with our regular contributors talking about what matters to our community. And not only what matters, but why does it matter? We look at our community as a whole, but we also pay special attention to what's happening here at UNLV because that's our home as well. So looking at our metropolis through the lens of a radio show really gives us the unique perspective to tell a story through words and through people. And I think it makes for a great program.
MLB season is officially back this week after a month of spring training. Yuri Andreyashuk has more.
MLB season is officially back. Fans are packing out ballparks to see their favorite teams with games starting as early as noon. Some of the teams expected to make noise this year are the defending World Series champion Chicago Cubs, Cleveland Indians, Boston Red Sox, and the Los Angeles Dodgers. Cleveland will be determined to bring a trophy to their city as they let a 3-1 series lead slip away as they lost to the Cubs in the World Series. 2016 AL MVP Mike Trout and NL MVP Chris Bryant are at the top of the list of MVP candidates. Both are rising stars in the league at very young ages and are expected to dominate the sport for years to come. Bryant is fortunate to have a core of talent, while Trout's Los Angeles Angels are in the rebuilding stage in a division full of contenders such as the Texas Rangers, Seattle Mariners, and Houston Astros. Cubs teammate Anthony Rizzo, along with the Washington Nationals' Bryce Harper, are also expected to be in the MVP conversation in the NL. Teams under the radar for 2017 are the New York Yankees, Washington Nationals, Toronto Blue Jays, and San Francisco Giants. Look for other players such as Josh Donaldson of the Blue Jays, Freddie Freeman of the Braves, and Manny Machado of the Baltimore Orioles to be in the race for MVP, along with leading their teams to the playoffs in 2017. Washington's Max Scherzer and Detroit's Justin Verlander continue to highlight as baseball's top pitchers. For Studio G, I'm Yuri Andreyashuk.
It should be a fun 7 months of baseball. Now we got to give a shout out to our weather girl Kayleen for showing up in Giselle's little piece for Alpha Psi Rho.
And to Jessica for showing up in that music video.
Yeah, shout out to them.
Thank you for watching our Thursday episode of Studio G. Remember to follow us on social media at UNLV Studio. I'm Annabelle Rocha.
And I'm Denise Hernandez. We'll see you tomorrow for another episode of Studio G.